Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at the best memes of the week, TNT edition. So get prepared to be viewing some brutal material. So if you don't like the raw facts and you get offended easily, this is not the video for you. However, if you want to see what has been going around on social media this week in TNT, stay tuned and keep watching because we're going to get right into it. Right off the bat, this is about news in TNT. Can't understand the news today and TNT memes of the week. Finally, you can keep everyone detained. Finally, you can keep everyone detained. Now, let's get right into it. Meme number one of the week. You have the real doctor and then you have the three clowns. I am sure that you guys saw this on your social media post sometime or this week. And if we blow that up, we will see the three clowns. I'm not going to call any names here, but you guys could actually put a comment below if you know who these clowns are and why they are clowns. Remember, this is just us reporting what memes were available, and you have to ask yourself a question. Why are these memes being made? Is there some truth to what is being said, or is it just fake news? Now, this guy in the center, obviously, how not to wear a mask, and as you can see, he has one strap around his ear going around here. There's nothing else holding on the mask. So here's the guy in charge, not able to properly wear a mask, and this guy wants you to wear a mask now. Weeks ago did not want you to wear a mask. In fact, said it was an absolute waste of time. But I guess TNT, you guys already know this. So this is not me reporting stuff that is new. It is just bringing your attention to bring to your forefront of your mind what it is you already know, but sometimes you dismiss it and you don't realize how it can easily affect your lives. So let's get right back into this meme. See why people are confused? Guy is actually confusing the entire nation. Don't panic. It's harmless. We safer. No need to shut down Carnival. Panic. It's worse than World War II, 9/11 combined. Worse than World War I, World War II, and 9/11 combined. In a matter of, 30 days? Nobody should wear a mask. Everybody should wear a mask. Terrence Dillah is a jackass. No, not me saying it again. This is what is being reported and this is what is going around on social media, regardless to whether you like it or not. If you like and you agree, put a thumbs up. If you disagree, feel free to put a thumbs down. Makes no difference to me. How do you feel? If you feel offended, leave a comment. If you like what is being said, leave a comment. This is to so that we share ideas, and maybe you have a good reason why this meme is being made, and you may have good reasons why it shouldn't be made. Feel free to comment below. Now, the next thing, the R-Sing. So they just renamed this guy, and this name is probably going to stick. Dr. Singh gonna tell us is to take old jockey shorts and make face masks, because I believe earlier in the week he was making face masks and telling you to make 10 face masks. Listen to the number, and I'm sure you guys saw the videos. 10 face masks from one jersey or t-shirt as we call it. Anyway, you could agree or disagree, I don't know, but this was also on social media. Here's what is also circulating on social media, and I've seen this photo pop up 50,000 different times in different places from different people. Now, this is the Venezuelan vice president visiting Trinidad and Tobago after it was locked down. No flights, not even for Trinidad nationals to fly into the country. But planes from Venezuela could come into the country and deliver boxes to this next guy. Now, let me ask you a question. Why is that plane allowed into TNT? Number one, what was the reason? If it was to discuss business or COVID-19, you would think that the heads of government on both countries would have the sense enough to make a FaceTime call, a Zoom call, maybe make a call on WhatsApp, have one of the people, if they're not technologically inclined or smart enough to do it on themselves, have their IT teams set up a teleconferencing over the internet so that they could speak without having to meet in person, not socially distancing. They cannot claim that they're socially distancing. The photo is there as evidence. There's no gloves, there's no mask, and everyone's smiling and happy that they're spreading viruses to the nation. But Trinidad nationals are stuck all over the world, and no one is allowing them to come home, although they say now that they could come home at their own expense. Now, I'm not saying that we should pay for anybody to come back home, but how are these people going to come back home if there's no flights allowed into the country? So that's a catch-22 of complete, absolute stupidity on the... well, you could leave a comment and decide who you think is stupid. Is it the people from going away? Is it the government for not sending a flight for them or making flights available? Or whatever reason. I don't know. You let me know. So here's the thing is, other people are stuck and stranded, Trinidad nationals, but Venezuela could fly into the country, no big problem, and meet with the head man in our country. Well, I think he should be getting our nationals back home, or at least making a flight available and saying, hey, a couple weeks ago, if you remember, it was also going around in the news that Barbados was making flights available and sending these people home for free. And they won't accept it then, but that's another story. So here we go. Meme again. Well, Trinidad Express declassified newspaper. Let's see. Well, I shouldn't say Trinidad Express. That was an incorrect statement. This is Trinidad Declassified is the source of this meme. Suffering the poor. So the vice president of Venezuela can come into Trinidad in one night and leave with a 40-foot container of food the very same night. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. We don't know. But whoever wrote this meme up might think so or want us to believe that. But you can't get light bulbs and a face mask self. Well, you can't get a light bulb or a face mask self. So these guys live in 40-foot containers, and you have people in, I'm sure, Trinidad starving or not knowing where the next meal is going to come from or how to get food. And the supermarkets are open up to a certain time, and the pharmacies open up to 8 p.m. But if you're on the road, you're getting fined and sent home, and there's hundreds of roadblocks all over the country. But we will get to that meme in a second. So, something to ponder and something to think about and something to say, what the, that's right, what the, very good. Now, PM, it was causing racism. So residential patrols canceled, and last week, all of a sudden, one afternoon, they decided to hire 4 security firms to help the Trinidad Police Service patrol the streets, the empty streets, I must say, and pay them tons of money. They have all this money for these 4 security firms. However, the very next day, he canceled it because it's racial. I don't know what racism has to do with any of that. The last time I checked, PNM is not a race. PNM is a government political party. Has nothing to do with UNC or what other government entities are out there. So it has absolutely nothing to do with race, but taxpayers' money and how it's being spent. So you're paying your taxes, and this is the stupidity. You're not hiring these security firms to patrol the streets when there's crime in abundance. How many hundreds of killings going on in the country yet to date? But coronavirus, shutdown, pandemic, no one's on the street, and you want to hire 4 security firms and pay them tons of money to patrol what? Anyway, we're going to get to that meme next, a little bit down the line. Now, here's a cool meme, not just stupid people in Trinidad. Here's the Democratic Republican Sheila Jackson Lee. Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House in the US, made Sheila Jackson Lee the chairwoman of the Congressional COVID-19 Task Force. And this is the way she wears her mask. So de-assing shouldn't be too worried, because in the US, there is a de-assing as well. Well, let's keep going. This meme for the week, again, highly appropriate. Sometimes you look at people and wonder, how do they fit all of that stupid in one head? And you really have to consider that sometimes and think about it. Because there are a lot of stupid people running around out there. And unfortunately for us, a lot of them are in charge of making decisions that will affect your life and death situation. I want you to think about that for a second. Now, all of a sudden, and now, remember, these memes could be fun memes, could be very serious memes, but on the lighter side, now all of a sudden, having a mask, rubber gloves, duct tape, a gallon of bleach, and plastic sheeting in the trunk of your car is okay. So, think about that for a second. Now, January, the Asing says, pandemic, nah. February, we're not canceling Carnival, because we don't want to start social distancing. In fact, we want to get even closer together as a nation, invite how many million people from around the world to come into the country. We have some mild cases in March, mild. And in April is the worst than World War I and II. And don't forget 9/11, all put together and wrapped up. So, I don't know, well, his face says it all. Let me just leave it at that. Now, here is this next guy. COVID-19 is a serious pandemic. It will cause us to take billions from the heritage and stabilization funds. It's taking billions of dollars from your funds, but Trinidad broke, but we're taking billions of dollars from the heritage funds to take rapid actions, such as building new hotels in Tobago, as well as a Baptist cathedral. I don't know who going on vacation on Tobago, but anyway, that's a matter of opinion, right? As World Health Organization guidelines suggest, that these are the best steps to take to combat COVID-19, the responsible government has banned doubles to protect you. Remember, we will ban doubles to protect you. KFC, no biggie. You line up for KFC round the block for days, and no problem. But doubles, big problem. Now here we go. From infection lined up from Barra and Shana, and encourage you instead to line up for KFC because some magical reason, and I'm a magician, so I should know, because of some magical reasons, the same rules of infection do not apply there at KFC. So something again to think about. Not everyone is stupid. Now, a lot of stupid people buy into this mindset and what is being said. But come on, guys. You guys are a lot smarter than what they lead you to believe. I don't believe that the Trinidad and Tobago people are that stupid. In fact, you're supposed to be the most and one of the most educated people in the world. So why are idiots actually telling you this stupidity and you buying into it and trying to actually defend what is being said? At a certain point, you got to call bullshit bullshit and just say, hey, it is bullshit. But you could disagree and disagree. But someone made this meme, so there must be a little bit of truth to it. And maybe there's some not so much truth to it as well. But you decide, you use your brain and decide on a scale of 1 to 10 how truthful this is. And did it actually happen? Let's go back to history. Did it actually happen? Well, if we read the news, it did happen. All right. So here's the next thing. The original sauce doubles. By the way, my favorite doubles in Trinidad and Tobago. No offense, I like all doubles, but Trinidad sauce, I grew up on it. I know it. That's the place. Corrupt Junction is the place to be. So shout out to Sauce. Can't wait for you guys to be reopened. So this morning, I opened up my branch on the Eastern Main Road, Crep, and was shut down by the TTPS because they say I am not part of essential businesses. Now, it goes on to, and you guys could read it, I'm sure you saw it. But how is that another essential business when it's providing food? And this is not a street vendor on the actual street. They actually have a shop where you could come up, order your stuff, take it away, and get out. Or they actually have gloves, and there's pictures all over the internet where they have gloves, bringing it to your car so you could order it and take away. Now, that ain't happening. Next day, here's what happens. Vandals hit Sauce doubles. Kelly Hossein Richards, the owner of Crep branch of the Sauce, the original Sauce doubles, has complained to the police that vandals smashed the windows of her outlet. And now she's getting all these death threats and people all over the internet saying that, hey, when you open back up, we're gonna blah blah blah, blee blee blee, all these stupid threats because the stupid percentage of people in Trinidad, and every country has a percentage of stupid, wants to blame Sauce doubles for standing up for their rights as why and a reason why they cannot be open when everyone else similar to them is open and selling. But the government now decided to shut down KFC, shut down all food services and anyone that's ordering. Now, I want to remind you, and I want you to think about the level of stupidity that took to shut down every restaurant in Trinidad and Tobago. How many jobs are lost in Trinidad? Forget 1% and all of this percentage. That's all bullshit too. Think about this. Why would you shut down instead of allowing the doubles people to make their sales the same way they're doing it, same guidelines, same social distancing, same gloves, same order your doubles, come pick it up and go? Why would you shut down every single food place in Trinidad and Tobago and put all of these additional people that making food in KFC, Wendy's, Starbucks, Royal Castle, all of the other food vendors? Why would you put them out of business for absolutely no friggin' reason? How many people are actually dead in Trinidad and Tobago, by the way? If you have 2 cars traveling with 4 people in it, and they ran into each other and everyone died, that's 8 people. You're not going to shut down a country for that. Now, I'm not saying to stop social distancing. Yes, we have a pandemic on our hands and we have to practice all of this stuff. But to stop the food vendors and people needing food to eat and to go pick it up on the cardboard, who is going to compensate these people for all of these foods? They're actually bankrupting most businesses in Trinidad, most private businesses, more business entrepreneurs that actually are self-owned businesses. And you can't argue and complain about this one paying tax and that. Listen, man, anything you buy in any country, you paying tax on it. All of the ingredients you bought to make that food, you pay tax on it. So why are you stopping all restaurants and shutting down everyone and everything and every business because of something, by the way, you thought was not a problem 30 days ago? No problem, and Carnival is free. These people could come and enjoy all this stuff. But Trinidadians, no, we have to shut everything down. So I want you guys to use your brain and think about that for a second. All of these businesses and restaurants should be open, not for sit-down service or dine-in service, but for takeaway or delivery. What's wrong with delivery? It's no contact delivery. In the US, yeah, everyone is no contact delivery. But all of these businesses are still operating with delivery, drivers, people. The restaurants are still making money. It's better than full service money. They're still making money and able to operate because the government ain't giving them no money, because no government has money. When the government says they're giving you a money, $1,500 or what, it's not their money. It's your money they're giving back to you. The government only has money because you gave it to them. That's why you paying friggin' taxes. So use your sense. You paying taxes. On everything that you buy, you paying taxes on it. So that money is your money. So when they're taking it to give it to firms that they have billions of dollars to take and pay for security for empty streets, that money should be going to you. Why? How many of you have actually received those checks? I want you to think about it for a second. Your money is sitting in their banks, but it's not in your pocket to use, and your businesses are forced to be shut down. How to trap a Trini. KFC ad going around all over the internet. I'm sure it's funny. Everyone's upset about KFC, but you got to be upset that you don't have your money. You got to be upset that they're not able to operate. You got to be upset that all of these businesses are closed down. And for what? Absolutely nothing. I mean, the Carnival ain't going to cause no COVID-19. That's what the government said. Is not going to cause the spread of it. So what you worried about now? All of these places should be open with social distancing in place. Everyone wants to applaud the workers, the minimum wage work. I want to say it again. Everyone wants to applaud the minimum wage workers. National Day of Applause. So everyone stop social distancing to run into the streets. And I'm sure 99% of them have no mask because the health minister says you don't need a mask. In fact, it's stupid to have a mask, according to him. So everyone just came out and it's all problems. No problem then to applaud the workers. The people don't want applause, they want money. Pay them more. How's that? Everybody there should be getting hazard pay. But this guy takes the cake, man. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Guy answers his phone, takes his mask off, puts it into his mouth. Now that's a winner. Next slide. You're warning people since February, but didn't cancel Carnival. No Carnival cancellation, despite WHO declaration. Well, you can't blame the doubles man for that. You can't blame KFC for that. You can't blame the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You can't blame the opposition. Because regardless of what you guys want to say now, you have one government in charge and one people that the only reason you have them in government and the number one reason any government is in any country's place is to protect the people. Not to do anything else. There has no other agenda but to protect the people. That's their first number one, on line number one, item one on the top of any government list is to protect the people. Protect the people. But let's all party in Carnival and don't worry about what happens 90 days or 60 days or 30 days later. Again, Carnival is not a problem. Best healthcare system in the world, TNT, but Rowley goes to Los Angeles, California for medical treatment. Great is the PNM. And again, political, again, hit on Rowley. Again, you saying that we have the best medical, then keep your ass in your country and show the people that this is the best medical. If you believe in it so much, people don't give a shit what you say. They want to know what you do. Your words mean nothing when your actions say something else. Does that make sense? Okay. We have 0 COVID-19 cases right now. If they had taken their own legal notice proclaimed by the president on January 31st, seriously. Just remember, they knew how serious COVID-19 was since January and recklessly chose to ignore it. And these are the 4 musketeers that apparently they put them together and they were talking about it. And there's no one else to blame for not shutting down everything before, except for these 4. And of course, the whatever party they belong to. Now, don't forget to sanitize your television after this clown has been on it. Scrub it with bleach. Now, that's a pretty funny meme. Again, you have to take the humor with everything else in a nice light. So that was pretty humorous. Now, let's go right on to the next slide. If you don't realize the government is using a virus with a 98% survival rate, let me say this again, a 98% survival rate to control the country, you are not paying attention. Something bigger is happening. And this is around the world. I say it all the time. 98% recovery rate. people are dying in the United States here from the flu at a clip of 65,000 a year. And you have what 20,000 deaths so far with this virus, and it's a mass pandemic. Now, it's not to say that it's more infectious and you need to stay away from people. It's not to say that you don't practice social distancing. But however, put things in perspective, 98% survival rate. Now, how many people are actually tested in Trinidad so far? Over 1,000 tests in over 30 days. Now, I want you to think about that. How many people should be tested? How many people should be tested right now? Well, on average, most countries have at least 10% of the population tested. So Trinidad should have what? 10% of what? 1.2 million is 120,000? Maybe, let's say 5% tested. Let's say 2% tested. But what is 1,000 tests? 1,000 tests is less than 1% of the population. I want you guys to also think about that right now. And how many people are actually walking around that are asymptomatic, actually walking around with the virus in them, no signs of symptoms, because they walking around and spreading it without showing any signs themselves. So how many people are actually walking around? How many people from Carnival actually has this virus and has this, or from the cruises? How many people actually have it? Walking around, spreading it, don't know they have it. Think about that for a second. Now, when she asks if you have protection, funny meme, you have sanitizer and a mask. Again, no. Remember, take it. This is all on the lighter side. What's the difference between being hungry and being horny? Well, it all depends on where you put the cucumber. So I'll let that sink in for a second. You guys could always pause the videos and check out the memes. Now, history of Trinidad and Tobago, Prime Minister meme going around this week. This just happened recently. And, well, I hope you guys get the meme. If you need more time to soak it in, pause the video, check out the meme. Mom, we could stop and get one last KFC. Mom says, what KFC you telling me about? It have food home. And the food home is Carnival. Well, kids ain't gonna like that too much. Next meme. But didn't you promise me that you will pull out before? Well, that is Charon's fault. Remember the asking? Okay, that is Charon's fault. In every news conference, he keep bawling, stay inside, stay inside. Let's go. Next one. So there is no cure for the virus that can be killed with sanitizer and soap. I want that to sink in for a second. There is no cure for a virus that can be killed with sanitizer and soap. That is why we have to be constantly washing our hands. To do what? Kill the virus. Let that soak in for a second and see how everyone is on lockdown, being controlled. And I'll get back to my first meme. Reading is a very good habit to be at home now and you have a lot of time. You should be reading. And again, if you looked at it, reading is a good habit. If you saw something else, this is why you're my friends, and feel free to send me a friend request, no problem. Okay? Make sure though you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now, here we go. Trinidad police can't get corona because them can't catch anything. Let that soak in. Trinidad police can't get corona because they can't catch anything. Well, they did catch the guy that hung that dog this week. So that's a good thing. So they do catch people. So this meme might be, I don't know, 95% correct, maybe not. But there's still a lot of killings, shootings. Remember right in Trinity this week, I saw on the news, one of those newspapers, Express or Guardian, that 2 people shot dead in the head and blah, blah, blah. And remember, while we're on this note, they have over 70 roadblocks from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So here's the meme of the week. And this is where I'm going to leave you guys. This is the meme of the week. So most of the country on lockdown, but TTPS have 70 roadblocks from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And what I'm searching for, Lagahu, Duen, and Sukiya. So let me ask you a question. What are they on the roads at that time for? Putting the police officers, in my opinion, I feel sorry for them because they are being at risk. They are being forced to go out and do all these roadblocks at risk. No one should be at the roads at that time anyway. So unless they have some type of emergency to go to the hospital, right? So why is this all of a sudden on the streets at that time at night when they should be home as well? Or it's on call or getting ready to go respond to something. This is not like as if, well, there were killings all over the nation all the time. The entire year, people they weren't on the roads, stopping roadblocks and seeing, hey, what you got in your car, or what weapons you have, or why it is. So why now, when there's absolutely no one on the streets? It does not make sense, does it? Putting the officers at risk. They have to go home to their families as well. High-end security firms with money that you don't have. You want to take it out of the people's savings plan. But why would you want to do that? Use the money from the people's savings plan and get the Trinidadians from all over the world that's stuck all over the world back home. And bill them for their flights if you don't want to pay for it. It's not your money. It's the Trinidad and Tobago people money. Think about that. It's your money. No, it's not the government money. It's the Trinidad and Tobago people money. And they put you in charge, and they need a right and have a right to ask you what the hell you're doing about it and question you about it. So don't get upset when people question you about how you're using their money. Okay, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's edition and this week's video. Hope this brought everyone up to date with the current memes and stuff like that. If you have a good meme, share it below. Comment, subscribe, like, share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and hit all so that you get follow-up video emails when a new post hits on this stream. So you guys, remember, work less, play more, enjoy life. Work less, play more, enjoy life. And I want you guys to take one last look. If you missed it, because I know half of you missed it, on the first slide we had, can't understand news today. You do not want to be what the letters in yellow stand for. And finally, you can keep everything detained. You do not want to get the letters in yellow. So don't be a can't understand news today, and don't let anyone get you. Finally, you can keep everyone detained. It's all highlighted in yellow for you. You guys have a fantastic week. Bye.